If I told you there was a simple career asset that would get you more promotions, higher pay increases, and more praise for being awesome at work, would you want it? Well, if you do, hang with me for this whole video because I am going to detail exactly what that asset is and how to implement it in your career. Hello, my friends, and I'm so excited that you are here for this video today. If we haven't met before, welcome. My name is Jennifer Brick, and I'm your new career bestie. Around here, we talk about career success, toxic workplaces, and navigating things like difficult coworkers. If you are like, yes, I need more of that in my life, tap the subscription button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. And if that's not enough, I post daily on LinkedIn, and I am doing my best to hang out on Instagram, even though it's not really my thing quite yet anyways. If you want to connect with me there, I will leave those links in the description bar down below. Let's just talk about the big pink elephant sitting in the room. Is it pink? I don't know, maybe it's purple, maybe it's gray. It's sitting there anyways. Now, most of you guys come to my channel for tips and strategies on navigating toxic workplaces, coworker drama, all of that stuff. But what I'm going to talk to you about today is something that actually can preempt you from facing those obstacles in the first place, which is amazing. And even when you are faced with those obstacles, it is still going to make you plotting your next move and your next path so much easier. And not only that, this is really the career asset that is going to help you elevate and accelerate your career. And you've heard me talk about it before. But before we do that, I do want to talk to you guys about some mistakes that I have really been noticing a lot of people that I've been speaking with making in their career that is slowing down their career trajectory, staging them for toxic workplaces, and really just making them stuck and unable to get ahead at work, whatever that looks like for them. If that sounds good to you, tap the like button and we're just gonna get into those mistakes. What are these career killing culprits to begin with? So first of all, the biggest mistake that you can be making in your career right now is trying to blend in and be like everyone else. Now, I totally get it. There's a lot of pressure to fit in, be liked, all of those things. And I'm not saying that, blending in with your team and the company culture isn't important. It is an important step, and being in a value aligned place, that's a rant for another day. However, the thing is, if you want to get ahead in your career, if you want to get praise for the good work that you're doing, opportunities for more complex projects or really to up-level your role, and if you want it to rain when it comes to raise time, you can't be like everyone else. You really need to stand out. I talked about in a recent video, which I'll also link down below, about jealousy at work, is that when we are trying to be like everyone else, we end up comparing ourselves to other people. And this can not only trigger jealousy, it can cause us to consciously or subconsciously try to emulate those other people. And maybe you're trying to be more like the person who is really crushing it on your team. However, if you are trying to be that person, their awesomeness is different than your awesomeness. And if you're just trying to be like them, what you're really doing is putting a ceiling on your potential and your natural talents, which we don't want to do. We want those to grow and blossom, which is what most of this video is going to be about after we get through these mistakes. The second mistake that I see a lot of ambitious and really talented professionals making is that they're trying to overachieve on all of the things. Like, you're really good at things, so you want to be really good at all of the things. And then you start volunteering for things that don't even have anything to do with your role and aren't really even going to move the needle. So doing things like joining the culture committee, like plotting events and team building activities when you're not the manager and you're not gonna really benefit from it other than maybe having a little bit of a funner event otherwise. But also what ends up happening, aside from these peripherals, which aren't really about your job, is that you end up overachieving on things that aren't necessarily moving the needle for your manager, for your team, and for your career. So knowing exactly what you should be focusing on is not only going to save you time, energy, and effort, it is also going to be something that helps you accelerate your career trajectory. And that brings me to the final point, and this is something that I think is going to be relevant to so many of you, is that you're focusing on the politics of the situation and not the workarounds. So when we're faced with an obstacle at work, we have the option of going under, over, around, or through that obstacle. Now, the typical response is actually going through. I'm gonna play politics back. I'm gonna play that game that I can't win. I'm gonna play that game that's rigged against me. When you have this asset in your career established and it's really, you've implemented it and it's starting to do its job, it is going to be the escape button for a lot of those politics. Because I can tell you a lot of the politics that arise with interpersonal drama, gossip, credit snatching, all of those things that drive us mad, is that when you have this career asset in place, most of those things matter substantially less, if at all. Just tell me what it is, Jennifer, you're thinking. And okay, we're there. So you've heard me talk about UAQ before. UAQ is your unique awesomeness quotient, and this is something that is going to transform your career when it is implemented. So I really wanted to take time in this video to talk about it with you today. Now, I do have a free UAQ starter kit that you can download, and you can actually follow along as we go through this video, and that link is also in the description, along with everything else that I've mentioned. Your UAQ is going to define your natural talents, your abilities, the things that you're already standing out for, and your interests. Now, to uncover your UAQ, you really need to look at these 3 different categories. First, excel with ease. Second, others ask about. And third, your interests. Where those 3 things meet is where I call the nexus, and that is where you are going to find your UAQ, so that you know what they are, what to put into those boxes, and how to uncover your UAQ. So first is excel with ease, and these are the things about your job that just come so easily to you. Either you learn them really, really quickly, it's never something that you really struggle with, and maybe it's even a skill or a task that your coworkers struggle with, but you're just like, I don't know what the big deal is. This is so simple. Questions that you're getting and the asks for help that you're getting from your coworkers is actually based on them noticing that you're good at that thing, that you are a resource on that thing, that you know a lot about that particular thing. So if someone is always coming up to you and asking about how to do something, let's say in Salesforce, that might actually be something that really helps you differentiate yourself from the rest of your team. And just to be clear, this doesn't mean that these are questions that are overflowing your inbox, just lighting up your Slack, or causing a queue out the door at your desk for help with. It can just be questions that do come up, that you see the same questions again and again, or at least more than once. And finally, we have your interests. Now, this can be interest about the role that you're in, or interest areas of the role that you are aspiring to have if you are making a career transition. Once you filled out those boxes or those circles, however you drew it, what you'll want to do is go through and see where the overlap is, because that is the nexus and that is your UAQ. Now, spoiler alert, you're going to have more than one. And that's perfectly okay, because now I want to talk to you about how you actually apply your UAQ and integrate it into your career and your life. First of all, your UAQ is going to transform your job search if you are in an active job search. And there's a few places that you want to make sure that your UAQ is showcased. First of all, on your resume. Your resume is not a task list. It is not a to-do list. Do not do that. It is not going to help you get interviews, and it's not going to be a good frame for interviews that you have. However, your UAQ, those things that really stand out, that you have high impact in, those should be things that are showcased on your resume. And of course, you're customizing resumes before you submit them, so you can align your UAQ that you feature with what you are reading into in the job description. This will help the company realize that you are the perfect candidate. Your UAQ should also take center stage in your LinkedIn profile, in your headline, in your about section, in your experience section, and in your skills section. I have a whole video on LinkedIn profile optimization. You can check out after that one when you're ready for it. And of course, the piece de resistance in the job search, you are going to use your UAQ when you're formulating interview answers in a job interview. These are already things that are going to make you stand out. They are your high potential areas of impact. So integrate it into things like, what are your greatest strengths, and tell me a little bit about yourself. If you are in a job right now, your UAQ is still crucial. And this is where I think a lot of people people think about, what makes them stand out and what they're bringing to the table when they come into an opportunity. But after that, they're just trying to, status quo slightly higher in order to get ahead. But your UAQ is really going to be fundamental in helping you get that job promotion at work. Your UAQ is going to help guide you in your focus areas at work because it is going to be your highest potential and your highest impact. This is really going to be where you find opportunities to make what I call unignorable impact. Unignorable impact is something that no matter how contentious your relationship is with your coworkers, with your manager, even their manager, everyone's going to notice this because it is such a big deal. Your UAQ is also central to the value that you're bringing to the relationships that you're building at work, your approach to problems at work, and the opportunities and projects that you choose to pursue. And of course, even if you're not someone who is trying to get a promotion, at least not right now, this is still going to help you in your career in general. I already mentioned how this would help you filter your priorities so that you know where to focus your time and where you can focus a little bit less and just be okay on. But your UAQ is also the bedrock of your personal brand at work. It is the thing that you are going to become the go-to person on, the problems that you are going to be asked to solve, and the questions that everyone is going to turn to you in the meeting to answer. And when you well position and well align it with the needs of the company, this is also going to be something that helps you get top dollar, salary and bonus wise. Now, I know some of you with this video plus the free starter kit, you guys are good to go. And I want you to share your UAQ with me in the comments down below. Now, the whole purpose of this amazing career asset of your UAQ is to help you stand out at work, because when you stand out at work, you get ahead. Now, I know that once you have your UAQ, you're going to need the tactics. Now, if you're still here because you want to be on the promotion track, you want to get good pay increases, you want to get praise, you really need to focus on standing out at work. And in fact, I have a video with more tactics to help you do just that. Go and watch this video right now where I really get into it. But before you go, if you haven't already, tap that like button. It really helps my channel and it makes you my favorite career bestie. So win-win situation. As always, my friends, thank you so much for watching. I love hanging with you guys so much. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.